Wait. You hear that? Is that Two Bros Talking Ball episode 4 of today? Yes, sir! Yeah, we back. Episode 4. Week 3. Let's say week 2. Fucking bomb. Freaking bomb. Freaking fire. Oh, man.
Fuego.
Life is just great when college football is here. Like, when college football is here, life is just so much better. And, like, there's no really explanation to it. Just that. It's just plain and simple. But we got a special one for y'all this week. We have six games to talk about instead of 5. That was just by accident. I didn't count. Oops.
Hey, more games the
But
better.
hey, more games is better. Game number 1. Clemson at Georgia Tech. This is a sneaky one for me. Because Georgia Tech, if you watch them, know them, anything about them, they run the ball, and they run the ball well with their quarterback. Haynes King, we talked about, what is it, week 0, week 1 with Georgia
I
Tech
think it was week
going to
0.
Colorado.
No, week 1 actually.
Haynes King ran the ball 19 times for 150 yards and like 3 touchdowns. That's the MO of Georgia Tech, is they're going to run the ball.
Last week they didn't have a bad week though. They played Gardner Webb. They beat them 59-12. Philo, 21 for 28, 373 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Good game through the air. I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that. Even if you are going against Gardner Webb, pretty small college.
Yeah,
But
when
Georgia
you
Tech
go
is
against
unranked.
teams like that, that's how you're supposed to look. Which when we get to the counterpart is something we'll have to bring up apparently. But yeah, I mean, my kind of question for Georgia Tech is Haynes King healthy? Is he playing? Because that really will kind of depend on how I pick.
It's going to be, you're playing against a ranked school, a top 15 school in the country right now. I think ranked 12.
Clemson Tigers.
Clemson. And Cade Klubnik, who's coming off a not terrible week, not great, but 18 for 24, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception versus Troy, 27-16 win. To keep, on the Georgia Tech side, that Gardner Webb game went just about how it should have. I mean, you're going into a smaller college, you're gonna go out, you're gonna have to play. This one's pretty textbook, if you ask me.
Yeah. The thing I have going against Clemson is I need to see more out of the air with Haynes King, because we know he can run the ball, but so does Clemson. They're
I just read it, Georgia Tech.
oh no, damn it. All right. Well,
Georgia. Georgia Tech.
I had it fit. No wonder it didn't. Crap. Okay. Well,
Sorry, they're -3, or it was 3.5. I can't remember.
Georgia's
now.
-3. All right. There you go. Look at that. No, that didn't even happen. Yeah.
Georgia. Inside joke now, Georgia.
Georgia. I need to see more out of Haynes King throwing the ball. Because we know Haynes King's gonna run the ball. We know Georgia Tech's gonna run the ball. So does Clemson. So does Peter Woods. They're gonna be keen on that, and it looked good against Gardner Webb, but that was also the backup quarterback. So
Go Georgia.
go Georgia Tech. Yeah. That's all I have on Georgia Tech. Anything else?
No, I think right now flipping over.
Let's talk Clemson.
Clemson right now, they are ranked 12 in the country, 1-1. As I said earlier last week, Cade Klubnik.
Are they doing all right there in Clemson, South Carolina? Yeah. You were trailing 16-3 at the half against Troy.
Yeah.
Troy. What do we? Huh?
Yeah, you can't play like that if you want to win, especially being a ranked team against a unranked team who, I mean, has Troy ever cracked the top 15?
Maybe like 50 years ago.
Yeah, as far
Back
as
when
I
nothing
know,
happened, but
I've seen them in the 20s. I have never seen them past like a 19 rank, if I remember right.
this Clemson, I don't know what I want to say about Clemson. I'm kind of at a loss of words. It's like I don't know how to feel because veteran quarterback, veteran head coach in Dabo Swinney, and this is Klubnik's third year with his offensive coordinator, and the offense doesn't look the Yo, Georgia. The offense.
You just saw that?
Yeah, I did. The offense doesn't look good. Okay, let me reel it back. The offense doesn't look good all the time. They have, as Joel Klatt likes to say, valleys and peaks. There's times where they look unstoppable, like the second half for the most part against Troy. They scored, I think they were down 16-0, so they scored 27 unanswered points.
They played how they are expected to play that second half. First half, they didn't offer much for me.
No, they.
You can't be down by double digits.
They were down. They were trailing 16-0 at one point.
Yeah, you cannot be down by double digits in college football, especially to an unranked team when you are top 15 in the country.
Let's not even like they were the favorites going into this year to win the ACC, and some people picked to win the national championship this year.
Which very big stretch. Klubnik, good.
Well, okay, no,
Better
it's not
teams.
even that. Like it was a valid pick. I could see why people did it. I mean, you're a veteran in all the right spots. It's your third year with the offensive coordinator, head coach, quarterback. I mean, they were veteran in the right spots. The defense looked good as well. And I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about Clemson.
To a point, I agree with you. I just think that there's so many better programs in the country. I don't see why. I mean, they're gonna have a college football playoff berth if they play like they did that second half.
I just Clemson is too good, or on paper too good to not be playing better, and I think they will. I think Dabo Swinney will start to press the right buttons, figure out what they need to where they actually start playing ball, because Klubnik ended the year strong last year. And that's partially why they had all the hype, all the win the ACC, you're gonna be in the national championship, yada yada, whatever. But they need to start figuring something out because the offense just looks slow. It's too up and down, too inconsistent for me to kind of get a grasp of what Clemson is yet, which is kind of weird. I mean, yes, they've only played 2 games.
Yes, but going into week 3, you can't be this topsy-turvy. I mean, week 3 is kind of when you start figuring teams out, and if they don't spin around this week, which going against an unranked team, but you're going against a unranked Georgia Tech, who is they're going to hold you.
Georgia Tech's a sleeper in the ACC.
They're going to fight you on this one.
Georgia Tech has grit, and they are going to absolutely fight this game. It's gonna be a good game. But honestly, Clemson only has one key: stop the run. Make Haynes King be a passer, and if he beats you as a passer, I mean, what can't the guy do if he's a dual threat quarterback like that? But stop. Like the first thing, Georgia Tech needs to. If I had a Georgia Tech game plan, is run the ball some more, run the ball again, bleed the clock, and try to put points on the board.
I'd run the ball in there.
Yeah, I know.
Hammer it home.
Great idea. Run the ball.
Just hammer it home. You have got to get on the ground. You've got to get every guy out there. Just push ball downfield every play. Don't throw it through the air too much unless you have to.
What I think would be smart. What Georgia Tech likes to do is they like to run, and average 3.4, 3.5 yards, get a first down. But then they use it to set up a play action where they're gonna need to hit a big shot, most likely in this game. When it's gonna happen, where it's gonna happen, but I think that'll be if they're able to connect on it early, then it'll make Clemson have to readjust and okay, we can't just sit here with the run. We also have to drop back and cover the deep shot. But if on the other side, Clemson's defense needs to I think, assert themselves and stop the run early, so that that Georgia Tech team and Haynes King, if he's playing, or the running backs don't heat up a little bit. I think that's the key. Who do you have? So what is it? Georgia Tech. Clemson's -3, favored by 3 points. Do you have a winner and or a spread cover?
This one is really hard for me because Clemson, ranked team, they are supposed to be good. If they can play like they did the second half last week.
Let me really throw back even earlier into week 1. Clemson in the first half looked good. The defense looked really good. I think they held LSU to 3 points? Was it a 10-7 or 10-3? Like the defense looked good. The offense looked like it was figuring stuff out, which it did.
You expect in early weeks.
Yeah. So, I think if the offense can get going here behind Cade and his arm, then Clemson might start to pick up steam, which would be good. But it's kind of we won't know until Saturday. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What were you saying?
No, you're totally fine. Yeah, this one this is one of the hardest picks of this year so far, just because this one can go either way, and it could be explosive either way too. If Georgia Tech figures it out on the ground and they just run it down Clemson's throat, Clemson can't stop it, game over for them. You're beating a ranked team. You're proving yourself. You're putting yourself on the map. Flip side, let's say Clemson after last week's like, hey, let's regroup. Let's figure this out. We're going to get out here. We're going to show them how a top 15 ranked program plays football. Mm-hmm. They get out there and Cade Klubnik does what he does best. That defense does what they do best. It's hard for me either way. I think Georgia Tech isn't going to get this one. I think Clemson has a better chance.
He takes Clemson.
Numbers do a lot for me. That second half, they showed that they can do it. Let's say worst case scenario, they do it again. They are slow in the first half. Maybe they can have a good second half to recover. I really don't enjoy either one this week. For being honest, I don't enjoy either way. But give me Clemson, and give Clemson all the way.
Do you think Georgia Tech covers a 3-point spread, or do you think Clemson kind of blows it out?
No, I think Georgia Tech's going to cover. They're going to keep it close.
Okay. I gave him a bunch of crap. I'm taking Clemson to win as well, and I think Clemson will cover. But you think Clemson or Georgia Tech will cover?
Yep.
And I think Clemson will cover. I think Clemson will win by a touchdown. I think it'll be low. Whatever the over under is, probably take the under, because I think it'll be like a 24-17, 27-20 type of game.
If this one doesn't even leave the teens, I wouldn't be surprised. This is once again week 3. You're still kind of trying to get in the strides too. I don't see this one being a super high score.
I don't either. I think it'd be low. Just Georgia Tech does not have much firepower, and their Clemson defense is good, and Clemson is just a good football team. Game 2, possibly, most likely the game of the weekend. Georgia at Tennessee. The spread kind of goes where it changes to where you look. I looked on Bleacher Report, it's -4. Some have it -3.5.
You're in that 3 to 5 range. Just about every
3 to 5. Let's start with Georgia first. I have not been thoroughly impressed with Georgia so far. They beat Austin Peay last week 28-6.
Yeah, which by the way, Georgia is ranked 6th right now. They're 2-0 in the season. Gunnar Stockton, 26-34 last week, 227 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
My problem, they're playing Austin Peay.
You are a program.
Why is
top 10?
Why is Gunnar Stockton in the game in the fourth quarter throwing the ball 34 times? He didn't throw the ball 34 times in the quarter. He threw the ball 34 times overall, but he was playing deep in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Against Austin Peay. Why?
Part of me feels like that's just stat chasing. He wants a touchdown. Every game you want a touchdown, obviously. you got to know. You have to be aware that, hey, some games aren't going to be your games. I'd rather have them go out 0-0 than 0-1. One interception, zero touchdowns.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Don't have them throwing in the fourth quarter.
At the end of the day, yes, a win is a win. But you're Georgia. You should not want a win as a win.
Especially.
You should be like, if I'm Kirby Smart, I am posting up a 28 to 6 scoreboard, posted it everywhere, and say, hey, this is what you put up last week. What are we?
Yeah. Well, what's going on, guys? We got to get this figured out.
What's concern? Like, if you can't really, like, okay, yeah, there was like a weather delay there. There was a same weather delay for Austin Peay. Yeah, they only put up 6 points, but is the defense that good that they only held you to 28?
The thing I think of too is you are in the top 10, close to the top 5.
Not even that. You've been one of the best dynasty. You've been the SEC the SEC top tiers ever since you won that. Ever since Alabama lost or whatever. Ever since Georgia, you won your first 2 championships in a row.
Yep.
Under Kirby Smart, but still, it's like.
Is that a little animosity I heard towards Kirby?
No, I said their first championship. I meant under Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart's a great coach. I don't like him, but
there it is. There's the animosity.
He's. I mean, I didn't like him, but I mean, he's a damn good coach, and he's won a lot of football games and lost very few football games. As a matter of fact, I think they're like 35-0 at home since like 2020 or 2021 or something.
Really?
Yeah, they have not lost at home. Problem is that they're going to Neyland Stadium in Tennessee.
Yep.
Sorry. This is going to be Gunnar Stockton's first SEC start on the road, and they're going to Neyland Stadium. Ouch.
Hard.
Neyland Stadium is going to be rocking. You want to know how I know that? Because back in 2022, Alabama went in there and lost 52-49 or something like that. Alabama, and that was with Bryce Young and Nick Saban.
Yep, high scoring and still a close loss. Especially because that was when Alabama was still peak.
Peak Bama dynasty.
Peak.
But no, I think was it Kirby Smart, Mike Bobo need to make life really easy for Gunnar Stockton to start the game. Let him kind of feel himself into it a little bit, because you don't want him to have to play hero ball, because if they fall behind, Neyland's gonna be rocking. You don't want Tennessee to like, okay, we can actually win this game for once, because they haven't won a game since like 2015 or something against Georgia. But it's like,
yeah, no, it's 10-year anniversary. 10-year anniversary. We're just out there.
I know ball, chat. I think, and I mean, under Kirby Smart, that defense has always been nasty. It's going to be nasty again Saturday. But I think you would much rather, I don't know, would you rather rely on your defense to win the game, or I feel like you'd rather rely on your defense to Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah.
Personally.
The big problem I have with this is he's got to let last week roll off him too, because I know it's going to weigh on him. I think it's part of the reason why he's still out there in the fourth quarter. He's going to be chasing stats. Georgia's never going to want to go out and be like, hey, yeah, our quarterback didn't get a touchdown this last game.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when you are, once again, close to the top 5. One rank out of the top 5 against a unranked Austin Peay.
It just didn't look good.
No, you cannot have that inconsistent of play, because there's a couple plays that I saw where I'm like, oh wow.
Well, so there was a series where it took him, I don't know if it was in the half or in the quarter or whatever. It took Georgia, I think it was the end of half. They had 5 plays within like the 5-yard line and couldn't punch in a touchdown against Austin Peay.
Yeah, you cannot have that.
You're the Georgia Bulldogs. Oh, I don't know, like that should mean something.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to think of it. You are dynasty program.
You are the Georgia Bulldogs, and you can't punch it in from inside the 5 against Austin Peay. Literally, what I do when I drink too much water.
P in the name.
And you...
Atrocious.
Yeah. Let's flip it over to Tennessee. I think we've dogged on Georgia a little for enough for now.
Tennessee, right now they're ranked 15, 2-0 on the season. Last week they played East Tennessee State. 72-17. Insane win. Weirdly enough, Joey Aguilar, he was only 23 of 31, under 300 yards, 288 to be exact, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Once again, not a bad game, but a lot of work went into a couple other players to get that 72 score. Yeah, wow, I mean, East Tennessee State, not anything to write home about once again, little brother program. But to put up 72 points, owie.
Little brother program.
It's like the Beavers.
Yes.
Can we talk about the Beavers at some point?
Time out. Yes, we can see chat, by the way. Yes, we can get to Beavers, because, oh my god.
What was happening?
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's stick to this. We'll talk to the Beavers we'll talk about the Beavers down the road, if we remember.
Special edition, we're going to talk about the Beavers last week, because that was horrible.
We can talk about the Beavers the first 2 weeks. It is atrocious.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Back to where we were at.
Tennessee. I think Joey Aguilar's looked good the first 2 games. And, I mean, you can go down this hole whatever you want to, but, like, yes, Tennessee won the trade between Nico and Joey Aguilar, but, I mean, why? Okay, let's leave that aside. Yeah, he's looked good. Congrats. But, that being said, this is his first SEC start, and it's up against Georgia. As much as we dogged on him for when we first started talking about Georgia, Georgia's defense is legit, and this is going to be Joey Aguilar's first start in the SEC. And it just means more, according to SEC fans. But, yeah. I think the key for Tennessee here is to, believe it or not, run the ball. I know we said it a lot. It's true. Because that's kind of how Josh Heupel's offense work. You have to run the ball, average 3, 4, 5 yards a carry, which it brings defenders up, right? It tightens the box, full numbers. That's how you set up the play action, play action. It's more like option choice routes for the receivers and the quarterback, but still, I mean, that's what will set up the deep shots for Tennessee in this game, is if they're able to actually run the ball against Georgia, which they have not been very well at doing so far.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we're coming up on a 10-year anniversary since their last W.
Was it Josh Dobbs?
Was it?
No. There had to be Josh Dobbs to throw it. Not Josh.
No, Josh Dobbs was fairly recent, if I remember right. It might have been. I thought he was around 2017. But once again...
Well, he could have been. He could have been there for 3 years.
Potentially. It might have been.
Tennessee? What are you yapping about Tennessee? We are talking about Tennessee. Tennessee is actually getting faded by 4 points, by the way.
Which, yeah, I mean...
It's fair. It's actually dropped quite a bit since the spreads came out. Because it was Georgia about -7, -7.5. And it has since dropped to about 3.5, wherever you look.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what else to say about these teams. I mean, I have not quite liked what I've seen from Georgia's offense. I don't know if that's a Gunnar Stockton problem, if that's Mike Bobo being entirely vanilla and just making sure Gunnar Stockton doesn't make a mistake. I don't know, but you kind of need a Mike Bobo masterclass here, because this Tennessee defense is legit. They're gonna be gunning for it and ready to go. Yeah. Oh, they better be, actually. Now that I say that, they better be ready to go, because Georgia's got the best of them for 10 years in a row.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, I think this is their best chance in years. If we're being honest, you cannot have a slow start against this Tennessee team, especially if you're Georgia, and if you're going to be in Tennessee.
Yeah,
because
you're at home.
It is going to be loud in there, and you are going to have. If I'm Gunnar Stockton, I'm going to be practicing all week on noise control. I'm going to be ready to be like, I can get my audibles out there. I can tell my guys, hey, I need you here instead.
You're gonna have to go silent count and Neyland because
you cannot be shaking this game.
I mean, okay, let's be clear. Yes, this is Gunnar Stockton's first SEC start, but he has started very big games before. I guess one. He came in the second half, or whenever Carson Beck got hurt in the SEC championship against Texas. To be fair, he brought him back and won the game. I don't know. I mean, make it that way you want. And then last year, his first start for Georgia was the Notre Dame game in the semis. Or was it? It was semis, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Semifinals.
Which, to be fair, he didn't look horrible in.
Yeah.
But I just think Notre Dame was that good. Last year was kind of what that came down to. It doesn't really need to be a Kirby Smart masterclass, but I think Kirby Smart needs to be good. I mean, obviously, like, you want your head coach to be good, but I think he needs to prepare Gunnar Stockton for any and every situation that will come up, because Neyland's going to be rocking, Tennessee's going to be rocking, Tennessee's defense is going to be like, oh, we're ready to go, ooh, and the offense is going to, I don't know, try to take their shots. So just try not to put too much on Carson Beck. Let the game come to him. Try to assert, ground game, and then so that'll loosen up and let Carson Beck, not Carson Beck. Wow, he's in Miami. Gunnar Stockton sling the rock around. It's gonna be a good game. 12:30 on ABC. It's going to be a good game. I think it's game day this week too.
Yeah, I think that they're on game day.
Damn, lucky guys. Do you have a pick for the Georgia-Tennessee game?
Unpopular opinion, this is going to be a Tennessee revenge game. I'm going to have Tennessee pulled off by a very close margin.
You think Tennessee wins, so you take a Tennessee cover.
Yep, I'm taking a Tennessee cover. Due to the simple fact that, once again, this is going to be your first big start. You're starting in a very, very bad stadium to play in, as an opponent. I think that noise is going to get to him. I think that he's not going to be able to get his audibles out. He's not going to be able to get the plays correctly. He's going to be shaken.
Gunnar Stockton?
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton's going to be very shaken this game. I can see Tennessee taking it because there's a lot behind it. No one wants to go 10 years without beating a team. As soon as you have 10 years over, it's game over. I think this is going to be the game where they pull it back off.
I'm taking Georgia. I know it's Gunnar Stockton's first start, and it's at Neyland Stadium. But, dude, guys, the head coach for Georgia is still Kirby Smart. I may not like the guy, and, whatever.
Kirby dumb.
I don't know. What really made me mad was the Georgia Tech game last year. He was throwing, I think it was Texas as well. He was throwing fits all the time. Like, dude, just shut up and just coach, please. You know how, basketball players just shut up and dribble? Coaches just shut up and coach.
I'm looking at you, Durant.
I'm joking.
Looking at you, Durant.
It's a joke. Obviously, they do so much more than coach.
Taking shots at Durant over here.
Dude, Durant is so good at... Okay, side rant. What is your problem with Durant? Durant might be one of the greatest basketball scorers on the planet.
He left Golden State, and I don't like that.
He shouldn't have joined Golden State in the first place.
Why not have a super team?
Because he won 2 championships. I don't know.
Why not go for 8?
8? Well, because that's dumb.
No, it's not. Winning is not dumb.
Oh, side rant. What do you think
Side rant to the side rant.
Side rant to the side rant. What do you think about this whole Kawhi drama with...
him being paid.
Being paid under the table?
Shady.
What is going on in Clippers?
That should be a fine. And I think that's a forfeit of contract, too.
It might be. I read something. It wasn't real, albeit. But they're like, the trade that sent Shea to the Thunder might be voided because this whole Kawhi situation is illegal and everything that happened will be voided. So, I think Paul George will go back to the Thunder, and then Shea will come back to the Clippers or something like that. No, it's not real. It won't happen.
Yeah, but I think that Kawhi's contract should be voided.
Yeah.
You can't, because imagine if everyone else did that.
Oh, it'd be insane.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. So there's if you don't know the story, basically the Clippers or Kawhi's agent basically like, hey,
Kawhi Leonard, player on the LA Clippers basketball NBA.
I don't know like the full story. Just the gist of it is like they had what Balmer, whatever the freaking name is. I
almost said Josh Palmer. That's Chargers.
Yeah. The Clippers owner, like, donate money like $29 million to this company founded like a fund, like a donation or whatever.
It's a foundation under his name.
It's like a tree planting thing. There's like a picture of Kawhi actually planting one tree, which so technically he did, but it's a $29 million tree right there. But it basically kept the Clippers off of kept them out of like like money problems, so that they can afford like the team that they had or whatever.
Kept them under the salary cap.
Yeah. Shady, Doug. Shady.
Not a fan.
It's weird.
But back to the task at hand.
Anyway,
you picked Georgia, and I want to know why. Do you have Georgia covering too?
Georgia covering at 4 points. I don't know. I want to say yes because I don't know how much. See, like It's hard because they're both making their first SEC starts, and they're in Tennessee, so I can see like a 28-27, 27-24 type of game. But my problem is I don't know how much Tennessee will be able to score against this Georgia defense. Then again, I don't know how much Georgia's going to be able to score against. Did I just say Georgia against Tennessee?
Yeah.
I don't know how much Tennessee's going to score against the Georgia defense, or vice versa, or whatever I just said. Flip it.
Coining it now, Stockton is either going to have a fumble loss or 2 interceptions this game. You're going to Tennessee. You're going to learn today, boy. You're going to learn today.
I'm going to take Georgia to cover.
Wow.
I'm going to take Georgia to cover. I think the defense is just too good.
Let's see how that pans out for you.
Well, obviously, I have it written down so we can look at it next week. Well, let's see how yours turned out last week. Pretty sure we picked like the same teams, actually.
Yeah, I think we only differed on a couple. Which, 2 smart guys, obviously.
Game number 3. Florida at LSU. Prime time.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. 4:30 on ABC. This had the makings to be such a good game earlier in the season until
Florida
decided to be like, how do I play football?
Grandma, I'm gonna say this one time. Florida shit the bed.
Hold on. Grandma, cover your ears Grandma, cover your ears. 1, 2, 3. Florida shit the bed. Okay, Grandma.
Wow. You take
earmuffs off.
What has happened? What are you doing?
Let's be okay. South Florida is, a decently good team. And I mean they're probably, as of right now, the favorite out of the group of 5 to go to the playoff. Rightfully so. But Florida was just ugly. I looking back and watching it, I feel like Florida lost that game more than South Florida won it.
Yeah, you cannot have such inconsistent play. I mean,
G.J. Lagway has been up and down.
Yeah.
Looking at it and actually thinking about it, it's probably he missed so much time in fall and spring the training camps because he was injured with his shoulder, his arm, his calf, or whatever. So I mean, he's still probably trying to get the rhythm, get the feel back of playing live action speed football.
But that can only go so far as an excuse. I mean, last week he wasn't terrible. 23 for 33, 222 yards, a tutty, interception, but an L against USF. 18-16, close game. But wow, the Florida, I'm pretty sure Florida was slated to be top 10.
they were. I mean, I think they were like I don't know what they were at, but they were picked to be like a dark horse this year for the playoffs. This was supposed to be the easy part of your schedule. The first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, your learning weeks.
Did you see how many penalties and penalty yards they had? I don't know how many penalties, but they had over 100 yards of penalty yards.
100 plus yards.
You're not going to win a game having over 100 yards in penalties. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand rivalry week, but
it's not even a rivalry. It's not even a rivalry. They just Florida was
interstate.
Florida was just so undisciplined. I mean, on the final drive alone, you have a guy spit in the guy's face, gets ejected, and then you give him a free 15 yards. What are we doing? Yeah. And then I don't know if it was their second to last drive or the last drive. You're up, and you instead of running the ball, you run the ball once and then throw the ball twice deep. The play calling was not good in the game. Whether that's on Lagway or who's his freaking head coach's name? He's supposed to be fired.
Yeah, no, I don't know how he's kept his job.
Oh my god, he should have been fired last year.
You cannot have.
They went on that huge
bad years.
They went on that huge 6-1 run to end the season. With Lagway, but. I mean, this is supposed to be your protege. Oh, we figured it out. We have the quarterback now.
Yeah. Quarterback of the future. This is our guy. We're gonna go on. We're gonna win.
You show up and lay 16 points against USF.
You just lay a complete egg against USF. You beat yourself so bad that game. Right. I wouldn't even call it a game.
Well, I would. They played a game, but
I don't know.
Not a good game. It was ugly. No. But that's also probably leans into USF's favor. That's kind of what. That's what USF wants to do. They want to muck the game up. As long as they're in it in the fourth quarter, they have a chance. That's what they want. That's what they had. But
flipping sides over to LSU. Last week they played LA Tech. LSU ranked 3.
They beat Louisiana Tech 23-7. I'm not worried. I mean. The defense looked really good against Clemson. It looks pretty good against L Tech, but
Nussmeier, he didn't have a terrible game. His catch to incompletion rate, not great, 26-41, 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Statistically, not great. I feel like he had a couple good plays through the air though. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but
the offense would just start a little slow. I personally believe it was the look ahead factor. I think they were looking ahead to the Florida game, in my opinion, because LSU lost the game last year and
revenge.
They want the revenge factor. So I personally think that's what it was. I just think they didn't have their full attention on La Tech. I'm not too worried. But if they go out against Florida and the offense does not look good, then we might start raising the questions. But as of right now, I don't really have very many. I'm not too concerned.
This one's pretty cut and dry. They went out, they played football they should. Not a glamorous win, but holding a team to 1 score, any team, you're always going to get props for that, even if it is La Tech. I don't have too many questions. The big question for me is going to be, can they turn this around? Is this always going to go out there and play how they should?
I think LSU is going to come out their hair on fire against Florida.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have something underneath them after last week being like, hey, we didn't have statistically the best week. A win's a win no matter what. But we want to turn around. We want to show Florida that we're here. We're here to play.
They brought in the number 1 transfer portal class. They built this team to be ready for this year. And it showed. They went into Clemson, South Carolina, and beat Clemson, who is the ACC, team to beat. But yes, we gave Georgia a lot of flack for the Austin Peay game, but they don't have a game for us to fall back on. Like LSU, we have the Clemson game, which they looked phenomenal in.
Yeah.
But
down week's gonna happen from time to time, especially you're not losing this game to La Tech.
Why is that so funny to you?
I don't know. That's the first time I've heard it.
La Tech. Have you heard of La Tech?
La Tech, yeah.
Oh my god, this.
No, but yeah, they're ranked 3 for a reason. They know how to play ball. They're gonna come. They're gonna show Florida, hey, we're here to play. LSU, yeah, I have them taking this one home. There's not really a lot for me.
I don't know what's going on in Gainesville. I personally don't. Florida is a mess. Billy Napier got his name finally. His seat should have been hot last year. His seat, for some reason, cooled down because he's a great recruiter and they finished the year strong. Don't care.
We do not care.
We do not. Oh god. But it's just it's rough because like DJ Lagway. I mean, he's making strides. DJ Lagway is a gifted football player. He's a good quarterback. He went 6-1 last year as Florida starter. The one game he lost, he missed the second half because he was hurt, or I think actually the first or the 3 quarters or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm down with the injury.
But yeah. I mean, there's not much to talk about. This game will get weird. Trust. Something weird something's gonna happen in this game. It usually does.
Yeah.
I mean, just what 5 years ago? I think it was 4 years ago. We had the Florida player throwing the LSU shoe, which lost him the game. It's just weird stuff happens. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you see LSU blowing the doors off of them. Don't be surprised if it's close. Don't be surprised if Florida wins. That's all I'm going to say. Because this game can go either way. Yes, LSU is a touchdown favorite. That don't mean nothing. But that being said, I do take LSU, and I do take LSU to cover.
Yeah, I agree with you fully on that one. LSU cover. Not a whole lot of questions for me once again. I mean, down week, nothing to really feel too bad about. You still got a W. You still played pretty good. I mean, for me, there's no really super concerning notes. Florida's there. They're going to fight you, of course, like every college program will.
But they'll actually fight you.
Yeah, they will fight you. That's kind of what that was. They are going to...
They will roundhouse you, kick you.
They're going to come at you. They're going to Vontez Perfect you if they can.
They will touch your drum sets.
They will touch your drum set, and they will hear your dirty mouth say it. But yeah, no, I mean, LSU.
I know. It is not cause for concern the way LSU played. If they play like that again this week, then we will start asking questions. Because, I mean, yes, Florida is a lot better, but if Billy Napier busts this thing out and figures out how to get these boys right up and ready to go, then we may be talking about something. Oh man, this one's a sleeper. Not many people are talking about this game, but it is a sleeper.
Yeah, no, I mean this week we had a pretty interesting game. Can we start with Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
Let's start with Notre Dame. Last week you take an L versus.
Last week was a bye week.
Sorry.
Week 1, 2 weeks ago.
Week 1. You take an L versus Miami. I mean, not a bad game. C.J. Carr, 19 for 30, 221.
The difference in that, yeah. So they lost 27-24 to Miami. The difference in that game was the C.J. Carr pick, 1,000,000%. And from the play I've seen it looked. The defense just made a great play.
Yeah.
They ran a screen play to the receiver. The DB jumped it.
Got found out.
The ball got batted up. It hit a receiver in the hands. He dropped it. And then it ended up in Ruben Bain's hands. Freak play, but at the end of the day, it's the game. It's the play that cost them the game.
Yeah.
I mean, but to be like C.J. Carr did not play bad. C.J. Carr is not the reason they lost this game whatsoever. Because They were down 24-10 at one point in the fourth quarter. CJ Carr led 2 touchdown drives to tie the game. And then Miami drove the field and kicked the field goal, eventually won them the game.
Yeah. I mean, that's just textbook football by Miami last week. I mean, you got to think about it, too. Being 0-1 and still being ranked number 8 in the country, your program's special.
That's why scheduling week 1 games like this is good. Because you're battle tested. It's a great game to watch. And it does more for you than it does hurting you. A bye week in week 2, a little weird. You played 1 game, you took a game off. Why?
It kills a lot of what you had rolling, unfortunately, because going 1-0, you especially coming off a loss like that when you have an extra week to sit there and think about that.
But
good news is
on the
you
flip
also have an
side,
extra week.
It gives them an extra week to plan because their 2 biggest games are week 1 and 3. You play Miami, now you're playing Texas A&M. It is like it's the 2 toughest games on your schedule.
Yeah. By the way, both ranked teams. Miami is ranked 5, and Texas Tech is ranked 16.
We're talking about Texas A&M and Notre Dame.
I know. I'm saying in comparison, you played 2 ranked teams.
Okay.
On the season.
Gotcha.
I
did. You just said 2 teams that we weren't even talking about, so I was really confused.
No, I was just let me cook. Time. But yeah, you.
Let him cook.
They like grilled cheese down there at Notre Dame. That's all I know.
We get that cheese, Daddy.
He is making them a night.
We're
jokesters. We're jokesters.
We're such jokesters, chat.
But yeah, CJ Carr, not his fault they lost. I hope that doesn't weigh on him at all. And I mean, everything I've seen has been positive about him too. Like, yeah, he went out there, he had a game.
I mean, he's like what? He's like a true freshman, isn't he?
True
freshman making your first start in Cole Gable against Miami in that defense.
Especially playing for historic Notre Dame and FBS independent too.
Like the game was tied with like 8 minutes to go in the fourth. That's all you want. It's just at the end of the day, Miami's defensive line is just
monsters,
freaks.
Yeah.
But
there's a reason why they're ranked so high.
I did not like the game plan from Notre Dame in that week 1 game. Why is Jeremiah Love getting 10 total carries? He's supposedly the best running back in college football.
Hear me out on this. So I kind of get where they're coming from to a point. I do think that getting more carries is going to be priority for this week.
Yes. So you need to watch the game tape and be like, oh, coach, that's my fault. I need to give Jeremiah Love the ball at least 15, 20 times.
Big thing for me is true fresh guy. You're going to get him out there. You want him to throw the ball around a little bit too. Especially...
I was going to say, but I feel like if you run the ball with Jeremiah Love, that creates more opportunity for CJ Carr to throw the ball.
Yes, but you don't want him getting too comfy with just hand the ball off every time because
big
play situations.
You don't have to.
I just know that being true freshman, as soon as you get something in your head, it's going to stay there.
I don't think he'll have that problem. He's starting for Notre Dame. Obviously, they're going to pound the rock, supposedly. But also, you got to be... The best way to do it is to hand the ball off, let Jeremiah Love kind of get going, and then you go and kind of throw like bubble, slant, screen passes, nice easy passes to ease him in, and then that's when you're able to kind of flip-flop. What is the word? Kind of flip-flop, switch in between what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
that's why you got to have a lot more running this week. Number 1 ranked, if I remember right. I mean, definitely top 3 transfer. Come in, running back,
Who?
No, he wasn't transfer.
Jeremiah Love?
Yeah, Jeremiah Love.
Oh, yeah, he's there last year.
Yeah.
Which is why I was so high on them this year, is because you have Jeremiah Love back, you have great offensive line, but you get Jeremiah Love the ball 10 times. Whether I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know, but. If I was, I would want to give him the ball more, and I think he'll have a big game.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any notes for me on that side.
I will say this about the game, though. This is a really big game for Notre Dame's playoff berth here. I think they're a playoff team, but winning this game will be huge for them because they're not part of a conference. They have no conference championship to lay their hat on, and you don't really want to be 10-2 when your 2 losses are the best teams you played. I mean, what are you gonna hang your hat on? Oh, we're 10-2, but the USC one might look good down the line, but I mean,
you're basing that on what ifs.
What ifs? Yeah. So I mean, I don't. If they, I'm not saying if they lose this game that they're out, but I think
it's gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them.
It will hurt. It'll hurt, but I mean, they'll still be in consideration if they go 10-2, but you can't. But then you're playing the compare games. Whereas if you win this game, you kind of still have control over everything. Kind of control over your playoff berth. As long as A&M looks good through the year.
Yeah, no, I mean, on the flip side, going up Texas A&M. Texas A&M last week against Utah State won 44-22. Marcel Reed, 19 for 28, 220 yards, 3 tutties, 0 interceptions. Textbook game. They're ranked 16, 2-0 on the year. They played how they should against an unranked team. I mean, Utah State, not a bad program, not ranked though. Going in there, winning them double digits, double their score. Not many notes on that. You didn't have any turnovers.
I don't think the defense has not looked very good against the run, which is concerning. But won't matter if Notre Dame will run the ball. No, I mean, Notre Dame's looked fine. The offense has been up and down, shaky. The defense is what I have more questions about a little bit, because 22 to Utah State, not great, but I mean, I don't know. Marcel Reed he's been kind of up and down. He's like good moments, good games, and then not so great moments, but I think the way this game is going to come down is whoever is going to run the ball well in this game kind of will dictate the outcome here.
Now, hopefully on the Notre Dame side, you get not to switch back. Hopefully that is their game plan. Hopefully they're just going to feed him the rock all game and just...
I want 45 carries for Jeremiah Love. 45 carries for 290 yards.
45 carries a little steep.
That'll actually probably kill him.
Yeah. You want to at least have him at 20 to 25.
Yeah. I think, yes. Because I don't really... Who's Notre Dame have on the outside? I don't really know. But,
they got John Player on the outside.
Yeah. But, Notre Dame Texas A&M run the ball well. I think this game ultimately will come down to running the ball and quarterbacks. Marcel Reed has more experience, but he's not entirely doesn't entirely have great accuracy throwing the ball down the field. But he's a good thrower, he's a good quarterback, but I think CJ Carr might have a little more accuracy. But I think personally, it'll come down to either Marcel Reed, CJ Carr, whoever will have to make a big time play, a big time throw to get your team to that next moment. And who that's going to be, I don't know.
That's why I'm so surprised they have Notre Dame at touchdown. I thought for sure spread was going to be like a -3.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's favorite is in Notre Dame. It's in South Bend.
Yep.
6.5 is big, but I do think I don't know why it is. Texas A&M is a pretty good football team. Last I checked.
Yeah. For me on this one, I am going to take Notre Dame, but I'm going to have Texas A&M cover.
That's a good shout.
I think Notre Dame, they're going to figure it out. They're going to get the ball on the ground. They're going to realize after last week, hey, CJ Carr, he went out there. He had a good game. 2 weeks ago, he went out there. He had a good game. They've had ample time to prepare. Also ample time still on loss, yes, but ample time to prepare as well. When you have 2 weeks to plan for a school that you also get to watch for a week, you get to watch them do their whole thing. You're going to come into this. You're going to come into it ready. Over Notre Dame's higher overall too. There's all the numbers to me aren't lying. Give me Notre Dame, but Texas A&M is going to put up a fight. They're going to cover. If the spread was -3.5 for Notre Dame, I'd have a lot harder of a time. But yeah, I'm going to give Texas A&M covering, but Notre Dame with the W. Pro Talk circles a little bit there, but I feel a certain way about that one.
I'm going to pick Notre Dame. I don't see Texas A&M being able to stop
Really?
C.J. Carr and Jeremiah Love.
Jordan Love.
Sorry, the game's on right now. Then yeah. Jordan Love was the quarterback. I don't see them stopping C.J. Carr running the ball or Jeremiah Love running, so I'm going to take Notre Dame cover. Fun fact, I failed English when I was in school, so this is what my @ sign looks like. Oh, wait, hold up. This is what my @ sign looks like. It's just a giant 8. So also my handwriting is chicken scratch. So
that's
Texas A and M is an 8 because I can't draw it.
I'm just figuring this out now that so I have my own notes. Side
rant.
We need to make a little side rant. I think we can click on whenever we go to this.
Yeah.
Happens a lot. I have my own notes over here. I take pretty basic notes. He takes kind of the more in-depth stuff. I was looking at that and I was like, what the fuck is 8M? Because I compare his notes to mine. I try to make sure that I have the accurate stuff. If I see something on there where he has different yardage or anything different than I do, I like to fact check myself on it too. And I have been wondering ever since I looked at his sheet what in God's name 8M was. That is an and, folks. That is
I tried, and it just turned into an 8.
Oh wow, you're right. That is kind of hard.
Oh, he just drew a breast cancer symbol.
Just joking. That's how you do it.
This is what I tried to do it this way. So I was here. No.
You just drew a circle.
Oh, I did it somehow. It's like a. Oh yeah, it's like that. So what I tried to do, but I just got in such habit to where I'm drawing in 8. Side rant over.
Side rant over. Welcome.
How's it going? I'm getting absolutely bashed on because I can't draw an @ symbol.
Ampersand. That's what it's called. Someone fact check me, but I'm pretty sure it's ampersand.
I drew an 8 by accident. Alright, so okay, to recap. We both picked Notre Dame. I took Notre Dame cover. He picked
Texas A&M covering.
Texas A&M covering. Game number 5.
Wowie zowie. South Florida,
America's team, ladies and gentlemen. This
Dallas
is
Cowboys gonna lose again.
America's team. The Cinderella story. South Florida. Coming off a 18-16 victory over former said Florida. In Gainesville, by the way. They went into Florida and won.
They went directly there.
After beating... who did they beat? After beating 25 Boise State.
Hospital service.
Uzi, I hope you're well.
Steve, I hope all's well.
Prayers up. Stay love. I love you. I will talk to you tomorrow probably. Just as long as you're not dying or dead. But I hope you don't die. God bless. That kind of dying. I don't know how to handle these situations. I'm sorry. Hope your mom, brother, dad, sister, grandma, cousin, aunt are okay.
Okay, just stop. Okay, Steve, prayers up for whatever is going on. For whatever reason you're at the hospital. Whoever's there. Keep him in our thoughts and prayers.
2 bros are praying for him tonight.
2 bros praying for him. Back to the game, though.
Back to football. Side over.
Quarterback Byron Brown last week, 23 for 36.
Dog.
263 yards and a tutty versus Florida. They beat them 18-16, close game, but put themselves on the map.
Dog.
Ranked 18.
So they week 1, they beat 25 Boise State. And then, they're like, all right, everyone's like, cool. There's an upset. And then they followed up with a week 2 win over Florida? Huh?
It's going to get some heads turning.
Oh, yeah. Miami. like that's kind of like they won, which is great, but what sucks is they won, because now they're not sneaking up in Miami now, or at least I sure as hell hope not, because Miami better have their full attention in this game, because UCF's a good football team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any. Most of the notes were covered when we talked about the Florida game.
Yeah.
South Florida came in there. They came directly to Florida. They came right in their home stadium and beat them. You want to do that as any program, especially a program where you have something to prove. You really have something to prove this season. You have been underdog twice now.
Yeah.
And you're coming in there. You're like, hey, we're gonna come kick your teeth in.
We're coming for you.
And honestly, if I'm Miami, I'm not too nervous, but I'm gonna think about that a little. I'm gonna remember that a little bit. That hey, once again, look, the spread on this is 17.5 points. Offensive.
That's a big spread.
Offensive.
Especially because it was close to that against Florida.
Yeah.
It was close to similar to the same thing.
That is offensive to do. This team, they are going to come and they are going to play you how they play you. I don't think they're going to pull out a win, obviously, against a number 5 ranked Miami with Carson Beck at quarterback. I think they'll surprise you, though. I think that they are going to come in here, they're going to play ball.
It's going to be a tough task because, doing it for 1 week is, tough. It's doable. 2 weeks, it's tough, it's impressive, well done. Doing it 3 weeks in a row is tough, especially now because Miami has their attention, or whoever, like USF has Miami's attention or whatever.
Yeah. They're both on each other's radar for a reason. You can't go 2 unanswered weeks in a row being an underdog and winning without turning some heads. Especially if I'm Miami, I know I'm not going to get too comfortable in the fact that I'm beating him. I'm definitely going to game plan for him this week. This isn't a bye week for him. They're going to come out there. They're going to play ball. Ridiculous spread.
Let it be known, though.
If I am South Florida, I'm going to have that 17.5 on my wall. I'm going to have that in the locker room. Be like, this is what they think of you.
Let it be known, though. Mario Cristobal is not the type of coach to lose a game that he shouldn't lose, huh? Am I right?
I will not say anything nice because I have nothing to
that is goddamn near his forte. Previously, he's gotten better. I'll give him that. He has a good team this year.
Cristobal suck.
But I mean, I feel like the game plan for USF should kind of be similar to what they did against Florida. Is take long 6, 7, 8 minute drives. Keep Carson Beck on the offense on the sideline watching, but you gotta end the drive in points.
Yep,
if you do that.
You gotta have long sustained drives that end points. Field goal's not gonna cut it this week, unfortunately. Last week they would have won by a field goal. I think week before is that close too.
No, they blew out Boise State.
Oh no, did they?
Yes.
Okay. Well, either way, last week could have been a field goal that put them over or put them back. It's just a big thing for me. That spread is insane. When I saw that number earlier, I thought it was 7.5 first. I'm like, all right. Then I'm like, ooh, that's a 1 in front of that. Ouchie.
Side rant. Did you see the video? Have you guys seen the video of the AP poll voter explaining her theory on after Florida lost to USF? Florida got jumped up from like 15 or whatever they were at to 13, and USF was unranked. I don't. Okay.
You're insane. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, it's weird, and she's like, I don't want to explain the process because like you won't really understand it. I want to know the process because I want to I want to know what you did to make you think that. But I'll go back just a little bit. I don't think it's entirely her fault. She's like a USC reporter or something and works for USC, so I mean, she probably honestly didn't know that.
You could have just left that at USC and you would have had everything you would need to know.
She honestly probably didn't know that Florida lost, being honest with you. But also, I think that just proves that there's a bigger problem with the AP poll voting instead of her problem. The AP poll voting is a joke. The fact that there's AD, there's like schools athletic directors on the playoff committee is a joke. It's dumb. It's stupid. Fix it. Let's Just put in one college football commissioner, and then he'll overrule us all. Side rant over.
Just do not let it be Mel Kiper. Now side rant over.
Side rant or
Side rant back on.
My Mel Kiper. There's other people.
I'm Mel Kiper. I'm here to rank the children.
Paul Feinbaum. Paul Feinbaum, you dusty old fart, please get off ESPN and go to your
Go visit your grandkids, please.
Go to your hovel, please, you dusty old fart. Oh my god. Did you hear what he was saying all like in the off season? Arch Manning is the greatest quarterback to ever live. Texas is going into Ohio State and absolutely rolling and dog walking them. Yeah, but Ohio State won. Next. God, dude, he has the SEC. He literally is on the hands and knees for SEC. I can't stand that. It's how Paul Feinbaum.
Paul Feinbaum, zip his pants up when you're done.
Zip it up when you're done, please.
Side rant
over. We're gonna talk about South Florida, Miami. We're gonna talk about Miami now.
Miami ranked they're ranked number 5, 2-0 on the season. Last week, Carson Beck was 22 for 24, great. 267 yards, great. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, great. Versus Bethel Cookman, 45-3. Yeah.
Wasn't it Bethune Cookman? Bethune?
Oh yeah, I'm autocorrect. But
I thought it was Bethune or.
Look,
Bhutan or something like that.
BCU, more like BSU.
More like STFU.
No, but 45-3.
I mean,
5-ring program played how they should. Blown out of the water, 45-3. That one I really don't have much notes on either. Everyone went out there and executed how they should.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of did their thing. I'll give Carson Beck credit. Him and I both had huge question marks about how healthy Carson Beck was throwing the football, and if,
2 incompletions.
If he could throw the football, and for the first 2 weeks he looks really good. So, shout out to you, Carson Beck. I mean, stay on Snapchat all you want if you're gonna ball it like this. Good for you.
You're still an inferior Duck team, but I will respect you a little more.
Anywho, I feel like. For Miami, first off, rule number 1, or I guess not rule, but my Colin Hungry's whatever checklist. Make sure you have your full attention on USF because they are going to come in and play ball. So
CB3 CFB.
Exactly. What?
CB3 CFB. The rules.
Yeah, CB3. Yeah. Go Noles. Noles have looked great. I had questions on them coming into the year. Tommy Castellanos, dog.
Look, okay, we had this talk last week.
Gus Malzahn,
he backed up
dog.
Everything he said. Wow.
Oh man, side rant because
we're really good at these. We're gonna
side rant
next week. We're gonna have a side rant button.
We'll have a side rant button, but side rant. Florida State has looked good. Maybe, my left testicle 77-3 last week.
Matter of fact, while you're in here, Josh, I'd like to apologize to Tommy Castellanos myself. I was unaware of your game, Tommy.
Tommy.
You went in, you backed up every single word of what you said, and I have so much respect for that.
Yeah.
That's my main note.
The only bad thing I have to say about him is he might have lit a fire under that Bama team, and they might be dangerous going through the rest of the year. Side rant over. Miami, yes. Okay. Hungry CB3's CFB rules. Give USF your full attention. Because USF is going to come in, they're going to play ball, they're going to want to mess it up, muck it up, keep it close to the fourth quarter to where they feel like they have a chance. Number 2, let Ruben Bain eat. I mean, granted, I don't really think Miami has control over that. I feel like that's kind of how he matches up with USF, but he's a game wrecker. He wrecked the game against Notre Dame. I don't think he played much against whoever they played last week, Bethune Cookman or whatever, or Bethune Cook or whoever a freaking whatever. But and then tip number 3 or whatever it's called. Do not over compliment. Oh my goodness gracious me!
Restart.
Do not overcomplicate this game. Give the ball to your running backs. Let Carson Beck slice and dice, and you'll be okay.
If he has a game even half as good as last week, you guys will have it. Once again, I do think 17.5 is offensive, and if I'm South Florida, I'm remembering that number all game long. But, I mean, this is Miami's game to lose, unfortunately. I like the underdog story. I like the Cinderella story of South Florida.
Unfortunately think the Cinderella story, the
is over.
Non-conference Cinderella story is over. USF is still completely dangerous going in the group of 5 in their conference. Don't be surprised if we see them in the playoffs, or might be surprised. I don't know. But yeah. Also, I'm sure Chris will have them coached up, but don't do anything stupid. No stupid penalties, no stupid fights, ejection, whatever. Just play football, play clean football, and use Miami is plenty good enough to walk out with a win, and honestly good enough to cover. I think South Florida had a good run. I think they met their end. I apologize. I take Miami. And I take Miami to cover.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm taking Miami too. South Florida's going to cover this, though. South Florida has too much fight in them to just roll over and die. That number is offensive. 17.5 is atrocious to think about.
A 3-touchdown game. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I can see USF covering. I think Miami is not Florida, personally, and I think they're just more sound. And I mean, like last week, USF, they didn't bring anything special against Florida. Like I said, I think Florida completely lost that game more than USF won it, and I don't think Miami will do that this week, whatever. And then our 6th and last game of the week, surprise, it's the Oregon Northwestern game. Let's start with Northwestern because we'll most likely talk about
Oregon for a while.
Yeah.
Northwestern unranked, 1-1 on the season.
They got absolutely boat raced by Tulane in week 1.
Yep. Last week they beat Western Illinois 42-7. Pretty good game. Preston Stone, quarterback.
He has been so up and down.
Yeah.
Week 1 against Tulane, he threw 4 picks.
This week he threw 3 touchdowns. He was 21 for 29, 245 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Good turnaround for him. Oregon fan here. I don't want to have a good turnaround. Statistician. Quote unquote.
I feel like personally he had a bad game against a good group of 5 team, and had a good game against a really bad, like a not so great team. So I think that's what's telling. I didn't do a lot of research on Northwestern. I don't know much about them. I don't know what there is. I feel like to pull off any upset against a super inferior or superior team to every position on the field, the game plan should be to run the ball.
Just try out to die.
Yeah, just don't even. There's 2 options. Don't even show up.
Have the white flag at the ready.
Or
before you get 69-3.
The Northwestern's best defense will be having Oregon's offense on the sideline. That's the best way to win this game. Run the ball, keep the ball. You want 7, 8, 9-minute drives, and then score points and just bleed the clock. But I mean,
your possession time is what's going to get you this game if you have a chance.
Is you just make this game a complete mess. Have Oregon have like 3 turnovers. Just can't move. Like, I mean, who knows? It's a 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern kickoff. Is it Northwestern in Illinois?
Yeah.
In Illinois, Oregon's got to travel. It's
jet lag. Hopefully that gets them on your sake.
I will say this: do not be surprised if Oregon starts slow, because that's kind of the trend with teams that have to travel. But expect them to to kind of kick it into gear because Dan Lanning will say a lot of words that'll
He's
I
gonna get the
cannot
boys
say.
fired up.
Say a lot of I cannot say, and I think they'll figure it out. But I mean, that's kind of how Northwestern wins this game. Make it. I wouldn't even say a street fight because I still think Northwestern gets their ass kicked. But I mean, just control the ball, hold the ball, and have 3, 4, 5 turnovers on Oregon. And I mean, that's the keys to victory for Northwestern.
Yeah, no, I mean, flipping over to the Oregon side now. Wow, last week. Can we talk about that real quick?
They played Oklahoma State.
And just, I mean, that was, I don't, murder. I mean, I don't know any nice way to say
We're
it.
not gonna use the M word because that's aggressive and strong. We'll just
Destruction.
we'll use
Dismantle.
the great acronym BTA.
Yeah.
If you understand it, congrats. If you don't,
Destruction.
if you don't understand it, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say it because I have children and my Nana present. So.
Hi, Nana.
But or I guess anyway, yeah. I don't really have.
Pointing at me like I was your dad. I saw that. No, it's grandma. Man, I'm a he. I'm a him. But no, I mean, last week against Northwestern, Oregon played how they should. They're ranked 4 right now, 2-0 in the season.
We're gonna play Northwestern last week.
Or sorry,
they played Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. I was looking at my notes wrong. 69-3. Dante Moore, 16-21, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
I think the team on a whole is clicking. The defense. I know you had questions on the defense.
I had a couple. Those freshman guys who
the freshmen are.
Oh my
dogs.
golly! Good googly.
Okay, well we'll get to that in a second. But
can I go on a mild side rant for a second?
No, let me say what I have to say. Then you can go on a side rant. I think the keys for Oregon in this game are, I mean, it's very simple. It's start fast, play clean, but most importantly, stay healthy. That's the biggest thing for Oregon, I think, this week. I mean, yes, I mean you want everyone to stay healthy, obviously, but I mean for Oregon they have that huge showdown in 2 weeks against Penn State, and you want everybody. So
yeah.
But
don't be surprised if they pull starters 3rd or 4th.
If the game goes how we're expecting it to, then they should play first half, first drive of the third quarter, and then it's second string and third string from then on.
Yeah. Oklahoma State's a better team than Northwestern, in my opinion. So if we beat them 69-3, I would hate to see what Northwestern's up against. Hopefully that's not a jinx. Knock on wood. Check the camera. Knock on wood. There's a lot to like about this Oregon team. You know, as a fan, very, very biased. I try not to be when I'm doing these. I try to think about politics. But this one, you're... Owie.
It's just hard because, I mean, they didn't look good against Tulane. They looked all right against Western Illinois. But it's just, like, Preston Stone has been so up and down, and what are you going to get from them? But I don't know. I think this team is going to be, the Oregon team is going to be locked in, dialed. Dan Lanning's going to have them ready to go. 27.5 is a lot of points. I'm going to stick. I don't even know if I would stick with my trend. Hold on. I'll let you make a pick.
Yeah, give me Oregon covers. There's not much hope for this Northwestern team, if you're asking me. Part of my side rant, did you see that Juriel Dickey is at some, like...
He's at El Diablo, California college or something like that.
I didn't get a chance to read the article, but at a community college somewhere.
He's at a JUCO, junior college.
Owie, that's a fall far from grace. I mean, 5-star ranked guy now going down to JUCO.
Hopefully he kind of figures stuff out and gets what he needs. I mean, wish nothing but the best for him.
99 as a receiver, weird.
Sucks that he wasn't able to turn out as a quarterback or wide receiver for Oregon. Yeah. He had immense potential. him his skill. Just he either what the following rules wasn't this how or whatever it was. It didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So wishing nothing but the best for him. Hopefully, I don't think he'll be coming back to Oregon anytime soon, but I think he'll be trying to make a comeback to any other school that needs a wide receiver. I mean, who knows? Who knows what the plan is? I don't know. But
If it ends up at UW, I will be very mad. Just saying that.
wish nothing but the best for the guy. That's all I have to say.
Yep.
Okay, you took an Oregon cover?
Yeah, Oregon cover.
I was gonna say that I was gonna stick with tradition and have because I thought I picked Oregon to win, but Montana State and Oklahoma State to cover. I did not. So
Pick them to cover again so we can have another blowout.
all right, I'll pick Oregon to cover. If they do cover, I think it's like because they beat them like 28-0, 35-0. But yeah, do you have anything else on this game?
No, nothing else on this game. Can we do the Beavers now? Can we talk about that real quick?
Hold on. Those have been the picks. I need to make a last week recap thing as well.
We need to make last week recap and
side rant.
Yeah.
But this next segment is going to be last week's recap on our picks and games.
We're gonna start out with the Beavers.
We did not talk about the Beavers last week.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it last week, but they had Research Stadium. What was going on up there? One of the biggest things that I saw, I didn't watch the full game because I'm a Duck fan and Blue Brothers School. You can go do whatever you want with that.
Damn.
But wow, you made your coach so mad that he's cussing on national television. What was that kick? Okay, what were you thinking with that kick?
Are you talking about the Fresno State punt?
Yeah.
Okay, if anyone doesn't know the play, the Oregon State punter catches the ball, drops the ball, and it's spinning all over the place. So he's like, I don't know what to do. So he literally just kicks the ball while it's rolling on the ground, which is illegal. You can't do that. Then the Fresno State punt returner or player picks it up and returns it to a touchdown.
I think 60 yards.
Yeah. Not a good moment for Oregon State. They got their doors blown out by Cal.
Yeah.
JKS.
Go Pack 2.
Oh, man. JKS looked good. Jaron. Oh, God. Sagapolo-Tele.
I'm so glad you said that. I was not going to
Jaron Kiave. Sagapolo-Tele. He's a gunslinger. No wonder Will Stein and Oregon wanted him.
Hopefully he's enjoying his time over in Little Brother Oregon State.
Who?
But,
JKS? He's at Cal.
no, or Sacapulteve.
He's at Cal.
I'm so confused.
JKS, he played at Cal, who dominated and actually bent over Oregon State in week one.
Saying.
He doesn't play for Little Brother Oregon State.
Yeah, against Little Brother Oregon State.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he played for him. I was so confused. Okay.
I said hope he had a good time against Little Brother Oregon State. Yeah, this Oregon State team, wow, that was quite a thing last week.
I didn't look at the scores for some reason.
Let's see.
I have the picks, but I have our picks, but I didn't actually look at the statistics. Yeah, I don't. Oregon State. I mean, they come to Austin next week. I don't know how to feel about that. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Last week, let's see here. Yeah, Fresno State, 36-27.
I did so horrible writing these notes. I need to be so much better next time.
Malik Murphy, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week.
I just want to see the actual stats of our games from last week. Do you not have a sports app?
I think I have ESPN.
Okay. So the first game we talked about last week was Texas Tech versus
APV.
No, Kent State. Kent State. That's who they played. I think the question I had was if Baron Morton was playing. He was, very clearly. They blew the doors off of him. Let's see. It wasn't much of anything. I think Texas Tech beat them like 62-14. We both took Texas Tech. I don't know who took Kent State to cover because I didn't write anything down next to it. So
I think I did. I think there's something I didn't like last week. I can't remember what it was.
So
easy dubs.
Anyway,
that was a mistake.
Yeah, Kent State did not cover unless the spread was 48.5, and they did technically cover. I did not write any of this down. I was so unprepared.
Hey, still early days. We're still figuring it out week by week.
I don't even know how, I can't write cover. I don't know the spread on the paper.
Yeah.
Good golly molly. Good googly moogly. Game number 2 was Ole Miss versus Kentucky.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss versus Kentucky.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, which where the fuck? Okay, there it is.
Didn't play old.
They did. We both picked Ole Miss. I think we both picked Kentucky to cover. I don't know what the spread was, but Ole Miss won by 7. So, well, I guess we're gonna have to do 2 recaps because, yeah, at least for some of them. But the next game we talked about was Illinois versus Duke, which was a very good game for the first half.
Yeah, then Illinois just decided to.
We both picked Illinois to win the game. He picked Illinois to cover, or he picked Duke to cover. I picked Illinois to cover. Illinois covered. I win. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's gonna bug me now.
Sorry, we can do a double recap next week. We can do a recap of the recap. What?
It doesn't make any sense.
His notes say TF. He doesn't know what's going on.
I know what that is. That's for true freshman Bryce Underwood.
Oh.
I don't know what this is. I have on the side of it. I have Oklahoma cover C, Michigan cover C. I don't know. I can't pick both of them to cover. So I'm gonna have to watch last week's video back and figure out what happened. But yeah, and then we both picked Oregon, and we both picked Oregon to cover. That very well clearly worked. So yeah. I think I picked Oklahoma to cover. I think you picked Michigan to cover. I think that's what it was. I remember that because I looked at you like you were freaking stupid because I liked Oklahoma a lot.
Yeah.
Which, okay, we didn't even talk about it. I think we both picked Oklahoma to win as well.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma did win. They won 24-13. Bryce Underwood didn't look terrible, but I mean, he wasn't working with much on the outside.
Yeah.
That was part of his problem, and I think I liked the combination of John Mateer and his offensive coordinator coming over from Washington State. But yeah, it's a great week of college football last week. It's a great week of college football this week. God bless. Soaking every moment of it because after week 3 is done, we are 25% done with college football. You know how sad that is? 1/4 of the way done.
Goes quick.
I know. Okay, I know. Technically, there's 14 weeks, blah blah blah, whatever. But each team has 2 byes. So if your team has played, this will be your team. If this is your team's 3rd game this week, then you're 1/4 of the way done with the season. Konnichiwa. I don't know. Do you have anything else to talk about, good sir?
No, not really. Not anything I think of. I make very bad picks every week. If I was you, go against whatever money line I have because you'll probably be right. But no, I want to say thanks for stopping by again for another week, hanging out with us, talking some ball. couple new faces today. Appreciate seeing you guys in here. Yeah, just keep tuning back in. We'll keep giving you his good takes and my horrible takes. And yeah,
we will be back next Thursday, 5:30. Two Bros Talking Ball. Go Georgia.
Go Georgia.
Peace out, guys.